Alright, against my better judgment, I had like over 900,000 blood points, and I needed to prestige someone, so I went with GhostFace. Um, I didn't really want to prestige my GhostFace so much, but he's running low enough on offerings and add-ons that I could actually get away with justifying it. The reason why I was apprehensive about it is I really liked the build that I had, but on the flip side, I'm getting more play out of my GhostFace than I am any of my other killers currently. So it kind of makes sense to dump all the blood points into him, because he's pretty much the one that's going to be making all my blood points back for the most part. My role was, in my opinion, pretty much trash, but on the flip side of things, GhostFace, I don't really rely too much on his perks. I kind of lean more on the kit than I do anything anyways. The only thing that was really helping me with him was, I don't even remember what I had in the build, but I think it was maybe Pop. But I did get my Brutal Strength back. I got it up to tier 2. It's not tier 3, but it's better than nothing. I'm gonna run Agitation. I might switch this out for something else. But in the meantime, I got that. My Barbecue is only tier 1. I'm honestly lucky I even got Barbecue, let alone, you know, getting it at tier 1, so I'm fortunate in that. It gives me at least a 50% bonus in blood points when I, hook 2 people? Yeah, so if I can get, when I get 2 tokens, I get 50%. It's not really anything to write home about, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Then we got the tier 1 Ruin, which is becoming a meme for me, I guess. Ruin is seemingly useless, especially at tier 1. I've had tier 1 Ruin work against me when I'm working with other groups, but I don't know, it seems like whenever I'm in a game, tier 1 Ruin either doesn't stay up for very long, or I get gen rushed with it anyways. So it's just there. It's a minor distraction at this point. I did get some decent, well, I shouldn't say decent. I got a couple perks to tier 3. Third Seal, Lightborn, and Deerstalker are all at tier 3. I'm all ears. But I already start with this perk, so I get it already at tier 1, so I only needed it to pop up twice in my blood web for me to get it to tier 3. Third Seal is an absolute shit perk in my opinion. I've seen it work, but it's a Hex Totem. If you're running Ruin, you might as well not run Third Seal, because then if you're running 2 Hex perks, there's just a possibility of you losing half of your perks right at the beginning of the game, because I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if a survivor spawns at least one of them. Knowing my luck, it would be both. I ended up getting this to tier 2 before even, I think before I even got to level 10, so I had no choice but to pick that up. And then when I saw tier 3 in my blood web, I don't remember what the other perk was. It wasn't really anything that great, so I just picked this so that I don't have to see it in my blood web ever again. Same thing goes for Lightborn. I don't think I got this, I don't think I got it to tier 2 before level 10, but I did pick up tier 1 before level 10. I know that much. And then again, when I saw it, it was just for lack of options. I just wanted to get it out of my blood web so I don't ever have to see it again. And yeah, we're gonna be prestiging again anyways, at some point. Deerstalker, I actually got to tier 3 at level 9. So, and this isn't a bad perk. I just don't want to use it right now because I really don't slug people all that much. So, and tracking wise, I think I'm up there as far as being able to track survivors in general. And more importantly, I'm relatively decent at tracking downed ones. But I don't really do the slug game too often, so there's not really any point in me using it. Otherwise, I would equip it. The next page, I could have got my Remember Me to tier 3. I could probably do an Obsession build eventually, but my Save the Best for Last is only at tier 1. I really like this perk for GhostFace because if you get it to tier 3, all you have to do for GhostFace is stalk and expose your Obsession, and you only lose 2 tokens when it's at tier 3. Because if you can insta-down them, then you don't have to hit them twice. So I actually like this perk for Ghostface. I really wish I could get it to tier 3 so that I could actually get more use out of it. But in the meantime, it's just going to have to sit there, and maybe I'll get it to tier 2 or 3 before I get to level 50, but the likelihood of it is pretty slim. My build right now isn't really that great, so I'm probably not going to do a game with him immediately, because I do have this basement hook challenge that I need to do, and I think Leatherface is going to be my go-to guy for that, because the 6 out of the 15 that I got, I literally just got on the Leatherface game. So I'm going to probably just sit on this for a little while until I do a game with him, and if I make any changes, I'll just note it at the beginning of the video, because I might actually dump more blood points into him before I even play a game with him.